Hey guys, Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk. Sorry for that little convoluted opening, but how you guys all doing on this Saturday afternoon? A little under the weather myself, but gonna rest up after this. I just wanted to pop in, chat a little bit about the Yankees re-signing DJ LeMahieu yesterday, which obviously was a key to their offseason. They also kind of surprised by signing former Cy Young winner, two-time Cy Young winner, Corey Kluber, to a one-year contract for $11 million. A little bit more riskier. I mean, Kluber hasn't done much. He broke his arm, in May of 2019, I think. He's only had 8 starts since, and they haven't all, actually, most of them have not gone well. But even with that signing, let's assume that the Yankees, and getting DJ back in the fold was imperative, by the way. And it's a great deal for both teams, I think, 6 years, $90 million. For the Yankees to be on the hook for DJ, and his 37-year-old and 38-year-old seasons for $15 million each is probably not out of the out of the world, out of the stratosphere crazy, right? And guys like DJ are liable to play well. I think he's liable to play well, into his later years. Guys play much better, much more effectively later in their careers these days due to conditioning and whatever. But the Yankees can't be done here, right? I mean, DJ was the key to the offseason. We know that. The problem, as I see it, there's still a couple of things. Pitching, starting pitching. Right now, the Yankees, I believe, if I did the math right today, and I could be wrong, we'll probably talk about this more tomorrow on the show, but I've got them close to $200 million already, and they have said that they were dead set on staying under the cap, which I believe for them is $210 million. And their pitching is still a little weak, unless the kids are going to come through. Right now you got Kluber slotted in number 2 behind Garrett Cole, who's obviously a stud and a no-brainer. But Kluber isn't a sure thing. Hopefully he will be healthy, and if anything, he can stay healthy until Luis Severino is back around mid-season, let's say. But after that, even let's just assume again, Kluber and Severino are healthy. Now we're relying on Jordan Montgomery, Debbie Garcia, and probably Clark Schmidt, unless you're going to sign the likes of, A.J. Happ again. Not in favor of A.J. Happ coming back here, or Paxton, or even guys like that. The misnomer about mid-eaters for me. I mean, I know that guys pitching consistent innings is important, right? So you don't burn up your bullpen. But if you're not getting good innings, what good is an inning eater? I've never understood the term. I mean, I understand the term, but I don't get it in context that it's used with some guys, right? So there's some work to be done on the starting pitcher side. I mean, they probably signing Kluber probably means they're out of the Tanaka sweepstakes. I'm not sure on that. I mean, if they find a way to fit him in the payroll, I mean, it would be huge. He wanted to come back. The Yankees have been dragging their feet, similar to what they did with DJ, and it kind of won. I think both sides won in the DJ and Yankee battle, for lack of a better term, right? Yankees get a pretty friendly, I think, friendly contract for them for this year and the next 4 years, and we'll worry about the back end of the contract when we got to worry about it. And it's not crazy money. And DJ gets extra years. That's what was a big holdup with him. And the Yankees played a game of chicken. DJ could have gone around, and maybe there was not a market to give him what he really wanted. I'm a little surprised. But they played chicken with DJ, similar to what they did with Derek Jeter back in, I don't remember the year now. I want to say 2010, where Brian Cashman told him, go out and find a deal, and come back to me. And it worked out. Derek came back, but because he found out the market wasn't there. So this could have been a similar situation. But so we still got some pitching issues, right? We also still have some positions situations. Bringing back DJ slides him in at second base, fill in at first base, obviously. Um, Maybe late in games. It gives Aaron Boone lots of maneuverability like he had before. The problem is it leaves Gleyber Torres playing shortstop, which I am not a fan of. I was hoping that they'd find a way to get Gleyber back to second base this year, bring in a shortstop. For not a ton of money, they probably could have brought Didi Gregorius back for not a huge contract. Didi bounced back nicely with the Phillies last year. Doubt that's going to happen now, though, with the cap issues again that we've talked about. There was some talk about trading Luke Volk early in the offseason. That talk has kind of died down. If that were to happen, you would have DJ move to first base in all likelihood, and Gleyber would slide back to second base, and then we got to figure out the shortstop situation again. Maybe it's Tyler Wade. I don't know. I don't think Tyler Wade is a guy you want over 162 games, but that's still there's still some work to do on the positions, right? Gary Sanchez came back. I was very vocal at the end of last year that Gary Sanchez needed to be moved on from. Well, I didn't expect I would be listened to. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to give Gary the benefit of doubt here. But Gary needs to step up and Gary needs to play well. So we'll see what happens there. And then there's still the outfield depth. They did sign Clint Frazier. They did sign Aaron Judge. No arbitrations in those two cases. Stanton cannot play in the field. So you've got Tauchman. And that's really it. Tyler Wade maybe in left field. So now there's going to be the talk is going to be about whether to bring Gardy back. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do here, both with the pitching. I love Clark Schmidt, to be honest with you. I love Deivi Garcia. I like Jordan Montgomery. Are the Yankees going to be content to go in with those guys as their third and fourth starters next year? You still got to find a fifth starter if you're not bringing Tanaka back. They're certainly not going to bring in another big contract, Trevor Bauer or one of the other guys that's still out there. And it's been a very, very slow free agent market, right? So the Yankees win yesterday, but the Yankees still leave a lot of questions in my mind about what's going to happen going forward with the pitching staff. The bullpen looks okay. They'll probably want to bring in another arm, but it's the starters that they really got to concentrate on. They also got to look at the shortstop situation and decide what to do with Gardy. If you're not bringing Gardy in, you got to bring another versatile guy to play the outfield. As Clint Frazier has probably won that left field job based off his numbers from last year. So, big news. I mean, it was a big week for the Yankees that they really needed to get DJ back in the fold, especially after the Mets had gone out and gotten Lindor and made a big splash there. And they're still looking to make another splash maybe in the outfield there. We'll see. Guys, it's only, 3 weeks or so to pitchers and catchers. Well, I guess a month. Sorry, I'm a little ahead of myself here. We got a month till pitchers and catchers. Something's had to start moving, and maybe this will get the free agent ball rolling around the league. Now that Lindor has been traded, DJ's off the market. A lot of teams were kind of waiting to see what happened there. And maybe the Yankees do make one more big splash. Maybe they bring back Tanaka. I'm not totally sold that they're that committed to staying under the cap. Obviously, they took a bath with the COVID-19 situation last year and not having fans in the stands. But we're going to see what's going to happen here very soon, I guess. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll talk about this more on the show tomorrow. I'm excited that we got DJ back. I'm semi-excited about Kluber because, to be honest with you, it sounds crazy to say $11 million for 1 year is not a big risk, right? But if he gives them anything, if he can get anywhere as close to his form from, before 2019, you've got a steal on your hands here. And it's going to be a matter of whether Garcia and Clark can step up. And then, of course, you got Jermaine, too. I forgot all about Jermaine. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with him. He's cleared to play. The Yankees have been kind of wishy-washy on whether they're going to welcome him back into the fold. And he hasn't pitched in quite some time. So we're going to see what happens here. But the Yankee pitching, starting pitching, still in flux, as it always seems to be. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We'll talk more about this on the show tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on TGI Sports Talk, guys. I hope you'll pop in and join me. I hope you'll have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon. I hope to see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk. See you later.